everyone, I just want to say a few things before I let this roll through. Number one is thank you for watching this. I super duper appreciate it. It's awesome. Number two is this is an amateur D&D stream, so this is us just kind of playing around, having fun. So there is going to be a little background noise here and there. I apologize for that. It gets a little loud. And number three is our DM doesn't know how to turn up his volume, so he's going to be a little soft for these first couple sessions that we have, but it's going to be fixed later. All right, that's it. Thank you, and let's go.
So this is the first log of our campaign, and it opens with a little bit of monologuing, and then we'll see. So we both ready?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
The last few weeks had come as a shock from the harsh northern weather. The air trembled with a warmth, and the harvest season was pushed further, as the soil had not given into the harsh winter's grasp yet. Small farms rejoiced in the weather that would allow for a bountiful winter's feast. Overall, the feeling of serenity cascaded along the lands, roads, and through the foothills. Until one night, a storm raged through the land. The storm carried a thunderous force that rivaled the gods. The seas churned and ships were torn asunder, houses ripped from their foundations and families completely displaced by the tumultuous power. The storm felt like nothing the land had seen for hundreds of years. The winds and thunder echoed with a howl. Words could be caught hiding in the echoes of silence as rain poured through all of the world. The following morning, the storm had disappeared. However, families awoke to find their food stores destroyed and crops wilted. Livestock was found scattered in pieces along the countryside. Families spent days fixing their houses and the following week, attempting to reconcile their losses and prepare for a bleak winter. The sun felt less powerful. The plants and animals seemed dreary. The land itself seemed hurt. Rush. You sat straight up from the ground. Your body ached with the cold stiffness. Rather than the forest around you, it's complete darkness. You're aware of your person, and you can see your own body, but the landscape was an infinite blackness. Lightning strikes on the distant horizon. The light is nearly blinding. No sound follows from this strike. Another bolt of lightning strikes closer. Your heart begins to race as the light from the second strike seeps into your skin. Another strike, roughly 100 yards from you, strikes, and in this, you hear the first thunder. Come! The bolt of lightning had not yet faded from the place it struck. Stuck in time, the arcing bolts hold the discordant shape of a tree built from lightning. What do?
Okay, so there's a tree in front of me.
Nothing
It's
else
about
around.
lightning. Tree's made out of lightning, correct?
Yes.
Well, I'm gonna go forward.
As
I'm
you
gonna
approach,
go forward slowly.
tentative steps carry you forward. You're scared, but excited in an anticipatory way. You feel like this is familiar. You feel safe. As you approach the lightning tree, small hairs stand up. The visage is nearly blinding, and your body begins to warm unnaturally. There's a moment where the warmth of the tree burns into you and feels like it's consuming you. Thunder crackles again. Feel. What do?
I'm gonna reach forward towards this thing, but like real carefully on this one.
As you touch the tree, warmth engulfs you, like the night you were struck for the first time. There's a vision, stones holding up a small cave. Runic inscriptions above the entrance to this cavern glow with a deep blue. The runes shine like a lantern in the night, and the cavern's illuminated multiple times by repeated thunder and lightning. Go, thunder. Go! Another pounding blast of thunder shaking you. Go! You wake in the middle of a storm that raged the land. The winds tear apart trees around you. There's an unnerving calm that comes to you. However, the storm feels foreign, far away from the strength you know. Streams of rain pour down your face. Your body does not shiver with the cold rain. Thunder and lightning clash in the skies. You feel strength. And at this moment, I'm saying that your character had the vision and the perfect, almost unnatural ability to discern where this location was. In a small northern foothill near the Frost Vale, just entering the mountains was this cavern that you are to seek, and that is where we will start. But that is the
Okay.
vision you see. Okay.
Good.
So you ready?
Yes, sir.
Tack. You were traveling along the road and had just arrived in a village, helping to escort a family that could not hire proper guards for the caravan. They'd bought you a room and a proper meal that night, and you rejoiced in the warmth brought by both. That night was spent with fretful attempts to fall into sleep. You could hear the screams again. They crept in the darkness to grasp your mind. There was nothing that could usually help you sleep, but a whisper creeped into the back of your mind. Rest, my child. The voice carried a hollowness but a warmth to it. You seep into a landscape, barren of plants and animals. The ground is made of soot and ash. The whitish gray dust clings to your boots and your skin. There's a calmness to this land. A single raven flies through the sky and lands at your feet. It caws at you and cackles. The silence is broken by a swarm of ravens that scream across the sky. They coalesce into a shape that swirls down from the overcast clouds. They swirl to form a shape of shadow. No distinct form is visible, but you see a pale hand extend from the swarm, beckoning you forward. What do you do?
How far away is it?
Probably about 60 feet.
I would move closer, for sure.
As you come closer, the figure itself moves closer and closer to you. And the ravens engulf you, pecking at you, and you hear a whisper among the cacophony of caws that swirl around you. You play with the wrong forces, child. Nevertheless, you are bound to me, and my strength. You are knocked on your ass almost immediately as the swarm steps away. A raven lands in front of you, and you can see its eye. It's wholly white, and visions invade your mind of stones holding up a small cave. Runic inscriptions above the entrance to this cavern glow with a deep blue. The runes shine like a lantern in the night, and the cavern's illuminated and surrounded by ravens. You awake in a cold sweat to the sound of a window smashing open. The calamitous storm that tore apart the land rages around you, and you feel the fear, and then calm. You can hear the screams again, but this is from villagers racing to secure what little possessions they have. A hand comes over your shoulder and embraces you, holding its pale arm over your chest. You hear a voice speak into your ear. You must go, child. The last words spoken with a sneer as you feel the figure fade away. And that is where we're starting the campaign. Is over the next roughly about a week, you venture into the Frost Vale in the northern mountains on the eastern side of the northern continent, and you find this location. Almost unnaturally, you find the cavern's entrance, very specifically that you had a vision of that night, the night of the storm. And that is where we begin, because as you approach that morning after having camped out the night before, we enter the campaign. Okay, we both had our visions here. We're all here.
Okay.
Now this comes to you. Who would arrive first? Who is the early morning riser?
I probably would have, because I woke in the night in that cold sweat.
Well,
Terrified.
So that was about a week before. This you actually did get the journey.
Then,
Okay, so there's been some traveling between there.
From where
Okay.
you had been spending your lives recently, there was some travel, as the Frostvale is largely unexplored. Not unexplored. It's dangerous land. It's snowy, and currently after that storm, everything, from your knees down, is covered in mud. The land is very, very rough to get around. You are basically caked in mud on your boots.
Great.
would we have met on the road?
Actually, as you're traveling, you find that most families and or people on the road are moving towards larger cities or very sad, but you don't find anyone you recognize. You do not run into each other.
Okay.
The morning of, you approach the cavern, and essentially, almost as if guided by fate, and or the DM's guided will, the second person follows almost immediately from the first, running into each other perfectly at the entrance to the cavern.
Okay, I'm an early
And
riser. I'm an early
yeah,
riser. We're
I
usually
would have
up
been
before the
late.
sun.
As you approach Haley, your character sees the shape of a once built up inlaid cavern. The glowing runes on the top are in Dwarvish, and they glow with an intensity, a non magical but feels almost divine power behind the runes. But you can't quite sense it. And as you're envisioning them, you hear something behind you, a rock shuffling and moving, and you turn to see. If Reed, you'd like to describe your character.
Sure. You see a rather tall, pale-skinned Asimir who has unusual black hair and solid black eyes. He carries upon his back a large melee weapon sheathed in leather, keeping his frame pretty much in profile. He wears a long, dark cloak, leather armor, and he approaches you. That's
And what does he see, Haley?
Well, I'm going to spin around, sword drawn. What you see is you see a tall female, maybe 5'7", 5'8". She's well built, not like super strong built, but she's strong. Clad in full chain armor. She's got brown, dark chocolate hair. One side falls in light waves. The other is braided back, and the tails weave into her other hair that's free. However, in one of the braids, a ring's braided in. Her eyes are deep brown, and her face is lightly tanned. Her cheekbones are high, and she has full lips. And she stands in a defensive position, ready to go.
whoa. There's no need for that. That's go put that down. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just here for the cave.
E?
Do I know you?
You did. A long time ago. It's Ninx. Ninx?
Ninx? And then recognition comes to my eyes, and you spell your name N-I-N-X. Ninx?
It's NYX, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. Oh, my gosh, it's been... And I'm approaching her now, pretty in a strut over there. I'm like, it's been like 5 years. Wow, look at you. And I gesture just like the whole up and the down.
She looks much stronger than the last time you had seen her in many years ago. She looks much more brooding as well. There's an almost a sense of like a stone, like looks like a stone wall would look, if that makes any sense.
Yes.
Good description. It has been 5 years. What are you doing here?
Well, I'm here for this cave. I had a vision. I've been traveling for a week, almost nonstop.
A vision.
Came to me in a dream.
Okay, but what are you here
But
for?
why are you here? I don't know. I'm here to find out. It called to me.
The cave called to you.
Not exactly. Something else said I was bound, and it showed me this cave.
And at this point, my character is just like, all right,
Like,
cool. Like, what? All right, this is kind of weird. Why the heck is he
I'm
here?
crazy. Well, why are you here?
I was asked to be here. That's all you need to know.
Come on. That's all you're gonna give me? After all this time, just you being a little cold for childhood friends.
It's just how it has to be right now. I'll explain it in due time. I swear.
And with that, my excited expression kind of tightens up a little bit, and I begin to resemble that stony appearance,
oh, yeah.
disconnected.
Like it.
Fine.
As both of you are kind of having this conversation, you almost hear not a howl, but a beckoning from the inside of the cave. Both of you clearly hear just almost as if the wind itself is pulling you towards the entrance.
Okay, at this point, I'm still like not gonna attack him, obviously, but still like sword at the ready. Like I'm
Sword
still
and
like
board ready.
kind of yeah.
Did it sound like? So you said it
So
sounded like
this thing is
clearly
just
the wind.
It
sorry.
seemed as if the wind itself beckoned you in. That the wind was.
So this is just like an open sort of
Yeah, so the
cavern
entrance to
thing.
it is a cavern that leads down downwards. You can see it angles down, and the entrance looks as if it was once carved stone, but had since been eroded. And there was a large cracks in the stone, where it looks as if the ground itself was shook, as the storm itself had affected almost the entirety of the
What
land.
language? Sorry, what language did you say the runes were in?
Dwarvish.
Dwarven.
Can I read them?
Uh, yes. So I'm assuming you speak Dwarvish.
Yes, I do.
The runes themselves simply spell out like divine.
Okay. So with that in mind, I guess we're moving forward.
Do you follow as well?
Yes, I'll follow. And also, I'm like, I'll say to Nix, do you really think you need that out? Should I get mine? Slugging off my sword off my back.
You have no idea what's down here, but I'm sure I'll be fine.
And all right then. And I put it back on my back, and we go forward.
As you go forward down the cavern, it is slick with the rain that's kind of seeped in down. You hear drips as stalagmites are being
Mites.
formed.
Yes.
Like mites are being formed, and it turns from this cavern into very finely chiseled stone, still angling downwards, and you see that it looks as if the stone had grown over the entrance to this cavern. As you go further and further, it resembles more of a building, and you enter the what looks like the entrance to this stone temple, as two large pillars encase two large wooden doors that have two iron handles carved and shaped into.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Carved and shaped into the face of a dragon's head on the front.
Okay. This is just it's a door. It's a double door, it's a single door.
Double doors, like
Double doors
door
with
to fucking
columns on the
Hogwarts,
side.
big doors. Yeah.
Okay. So we're at Hogwarts. I'm gonna use detect magic.
All right, you detect magic.
Yes.
Okay, within 30 feet of you, you sense magic beyond the door, but the door
Okay.
itself is not magic.
Door itself is not.
Okay, so mark off your first level spell slot, and that stays up for 10 minutes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inspect the dragon head pretty close.
It is extremely fine craftsmanship. The dragon's head resembles dwarven, not manufacturing, but sculpting. The eyes are inlaid with what look to be opals, and the metal is actually itself like oxidized silver to very specifically blacken the metal, and the rings themselves are iron, though. Unrusted.
Okay.
Wow.
There's no magic here, but don't touch anything.
Okay. All right. I'm
If
still
it's
staring
this
at that
fine-
dragon. That is a detail.
Yeah,
If
it's
it's this
nothing
finely
else.
carved, then surely there's something more.
Is there any
Craftsmanship-
clear way to open the door? Do we see?
The two rings are on either.
Oh yes.
You could just
So
roll.
if I can't touch the door, you want to get it? And I gesture towards the hand ring.
Yeah, I'm gonna step forward at that point and open this door. Like, I'm gonna put my shield on my back at this point, so I can open the door with one hand and hold the sword in the other.
Okay, you
I'm gonna take my sword off my back and unwrap it.
fair enough. Make it extend. No, I'm just kidding. You open both doors, and they are equally heavy. You pull the first one, and it grinds across the floor, but then opens. And inside, you see the opening chamber. It's a square room, roughly about 30-40 feet across. On either left and right walls there are two torches in sconces that are held and lit with a unnervingly continuous fire. It seems as if they are burning continually by divine magic. You're not sure, but they are lit. In the direct center of the square room, there is a basin there with, as you can see, Nynx, with your detect magic. There is a stream of water flowing from the ceiling. The water itself seems to glow, and there's an inscription along the basin of this almost, it kind of looks like a bird bath, for lack of better terms.
Okay,
The
so
water
is
flows
it
into
little?
and
Is it
flows
big?
out of. It's pretty big. It's roughly, it's like a bird bath that's like 4 feet across, or not 4 feet, like 3 feet across. And
It's a little
big
bathtub.
stone. Yeah,
Okay.
but it's standing on a column itself, so it's probably about waist height. Like,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah, and on the other side there is a brazier attached to what appears to be a carved, I forget what's the term, like as if there were a door there, but it's just stone.
Okay. Is the what was it called? The brazier, is it ever burning as well?
No, the brazier is not lit.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay, you said
And
there
I
was an
look over to-
There is an inscription.
there's
that-
an
that Nix
inscription.
can see.
Okay, can I walk up to the thing and
Yeah.
read? Can I read the inscription?
Yes, it is in Dwarvish.
Okay.
And it kind of translates in your mind, and it says,
You can read that.
well,
Yes, I can.
you will actually watch Nix go up. She kneels down to like put her hand on the inscription to kind of like find out, and you can see thin carvings along the side, Evok, and you see the what she sees. But she went to almost an unnatural accuracy, and you have the sense that she most likely was detecting something. Because actually, if you cast Detect Magic, you would have known that she had done a spell of some kind.
Mm.
Because it has verbal, somatic, and material components, I'm pretty sure. And you read the inscription, and it says, "You must have faith that you will not be snuffed, but not so eager to rush to the end."
Okay. You must have faith that you will not be
Faith.
snuffed.
But not so
but
eager
not
to rush
that
to
you
the end.
rush to the end. And I repeat that to him because I don't know if he reads it or not.
I do not. Thank you. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I can't read Dwarvish.
Okay, so it's a room with 2 braziers.
Four torch sconces and 1 brazier on the other side on what looks to be where a door would be leading on, but it's just flat stone. And like I said, all this is Dwarvish architecture. It's very fine done, very harsh angles in a lot of the room, and the room itself extends to be about like a 20-foot ceiling, where in the center, above that basin, there is water flowing from what appears to be a carved hole in the ceiling that falls and hits the basin, fills it about 2 to 3 inches, but there's a hole in the bottom of the basin that drains the water.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I detect
And-
the magic on the water? Sorry, Reed.
Very,
That was my question. I was going to ask you.
very faintly.
Very faintly, so there's nothing like crazy. Oh, want to reach into it?
Into the water?
Yeah, can I touch it?
Are you touching the stream of water or the actual, like dipping your hand? Because there's about 2 to 3 inches of water in the.
Like I'm dipping a finger in like the basin.
As you dip the finger in, feels like water.
It's
It's wet. Kind of cool.
so paranoid. Okay.
I too, I'm going to touch the water in the stream. Stick my hand in like a waterfall.
It runs down your finger, runs down your hand, kind of soaks through either glove or whatever like immediate clothing you have that runs down. But doesn't
Just my hand.
Doesn't appear to have anything happening.
Nothing going on?
There's nothing going on.
All right. I'm going to lick my finger.
Okay. It's water. It's definitely water.
Okay, I'm going to fill my water skin.
Fair enough. You fill it up. It's actually quite fresh. You determine that this
You're
says
just gonna
on
lick your finger?
on the way here.
I'm looking at her like, I travel. I'm thirsty.
It's cool and refreshing. It's better than most water, as clean water is hard to come by, and this seems to be mountain spring water. So
Okay, but
And I
is
said,
it?
Nick, this is good. This is real good.
I'm gonna pass on drinking it. There's something magical about it. I can sense it.
You're lost. You're lost.
Okay, when you
Let's
tune
go-
in
let's go
the
check out
frog the
that-
next morning.
Let's go check out that stone slab over there, gesturing towards the doorway.
Yeah, it's like built into the wall. It looks as if there would be a carved out space for the door, but there's actually just a stone wall with the brazier set in front of it.
No magic from this brazier, right?
Do I
Gives off a
do I
faint
sense it?
bit in the ashes
Okay.
of the brazier.
Can you? This is gonna sound so bad. Can you repeat the
Yeah,
description?
no. This is what I'm here for.
All right.
You must have faith that you will not be snuffed, but not so eager to rush to the end.
So maybe we have to light it up.
Let's light it up.
Let's light it up.
Let's light it up. I'm
We
gonna
can't-
walk over to the nearest torch.
Can't rush to the end though.
Oh,
It's gonna take
but
time.
not eager to be. What if we put out one of the torches?
Could put out one of the torches.
Maybe use the water in the spring.
Can we like pull these things off the wall?
Yep.
Okay, so you can pull them off the wall.
Well, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take one of the torches off and dunk it into the pool of water.
All right, you grab one of the torches off. It's pretty heavy. Torch weighs a bit. It's made of metal, and the actual top. It does appear to be ever lit in a fashion. That there seems to be like a stone on the inside that keeps the fire going, and as you push it under the water,
Is it warm?
it's
the flame
actually
warm,
not
or
warm.
is
The
it-
fire is not warm. It only provides illumination.
That's weird.
Weird. So if I feel that there's no heat and I touch
Yeah,
the flame, does
you could grab the top of the fire, and it doesn't hurt or anything. It almost appears as if it's not actually fire. It's just light.
It's just like okay.
Oh.
And
Okay.
you go over and
yeah, I'm gonna dunk it in.
you dip it in the
Oh
water.
God.
And as you do, flame from this deep, bright orangish red coalesces and turns into this deep cerulean, almost turquoise blue as you pull it out of the water, completely still lit. And itself is a completely new color.
Holy shit.
Whoa. Holy shit! I'm gonna dunk it in again.
It stays blue.
It stays blue. I
Just
love
goes
that.
through the rainbow.
Quick, Nick, get the others. Get the others.
Okay, then
Then
I'm gonna
go put that one back and go get the other ones.
Okay.
I'm gonna
with me.
walk over and then go get the other one and do the same thing.
Okay. There are 4 torches in total.
There's 4 torches.
Yes, 2 on either
Oh,
side.
then can I just grab 2 and they're both on one side?
And
have
you
to put
go.
the
and
sword
you
I'll
do
get
it.
the last one.
They turn all blue.
Anything? Now that they're all lit, does anything happen?
They're
We
all lit,
kind of
nothing
stand around.
happens. Yep. You wait about 30 seconds, a minute. Nothing happens.
Nothing happened.
I'm gonna try and take one of the stones out of the.
They seem
Out of the torch.
encapsulated in a metal cage on the inside, and they are almost impossible to like kind of break out, in a way.
Okay, then I would have given up pretty quick then.
It seems as if they are like designed dwarven wise to be like lanterns.
Okay, I'm gonna grab. So we have to go forward, obviously, and there's the brazier at the other end that's not lit. So what if all 5 have to be lit?
Well, probably should have tried the red flame before it was gone.
Well, now it's gone, so now you get a blue flame.
I guess that's as good as we get.
So I'm gonna pull one of these torches back out.
Yep.
And walk over and light.
You dip it into
The
the
brazier.
I'ma be-
There's a bit of like oil
I'll be-
at the bottom that kind of keeps it lit, and as
Okay.
you do, it flares up with blue light, dancing cerulean flames. These ones are warm, and they kind of coalesce and crawl up, and sparks, little blue sparks, fly out and dapple and touch the stone wall behind where it looks like there would be a door. And as each spark hits the stone, almost like a ripple effect on water, the stone begins to shimmer, shake, and then crack and crumble and fall to dust, and it leads into a hallway.
Okay, we're going
Lightly
forward.
in.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring one of the torches.
I was gonna say, should we take one of the torches?
Okay.
I mean, I see pretty good in the dark, but kind of helps a little bit.
I'll let
I have
you
dark
carry the torch.
Okay.
You can carry the
All right.
torch. I will go
Then
first.
I'll be carrying the torch a few feet behind her.
Okay. You
Okay.
carry the torch, and you're going forward, Ninx.
I'm going forward.
And as you progress down this hallway, the light seeping from your torch and from the brazier lead and show at the end there is a circular room that appears. You finish your way down the hallway, but before you do, you start to notice on the sides there are intricate mosaic carvings, very much in the dwarvish style, that look to show the world as it is. It shows the mountainous hills, the families of farmers, the large cities that are on the coasts. There appears to be entire picturesque descriptions of events, and as you enter the circular room, on the end you see along the entire wall there is a large, almost so the room it's a cylinder room with a dome top, and on the top of the dome is a large dragon carved and inscribed on the top. It is accented by opal eyes, like you saw in the very beginning, and the walls around show a tumultuous destruction that has been wrought across the land. And as it is shown, the floor, as you're still at the end, or you still got about like 7 minutes left, I'd say, on your detect
Okay.
magic. There are more runic inscriptions. These ones carved as you see the light creases across the floor, and there's a spiraling staircase that goes further into the earth. And there is an inscription just before the first step.
And it
Hey, Nix.
reads.
What's that say?
And it's pretty apparent, you can see this, Evok, as it's carved as almost like a warning. And there's a brazier in the center of this as well.
Okay, so
at
the room's
like
illuminated.
the center of the circle, at which the staircase kind of spins around, going down.
So can we see, like, you can't see, like, down. It's just, like, this solid.
Staircase just keeps going down. Like, you see it, like,
Okay.
curve, but
Oh
you
my
don't get to
God.
see, like, like floor. It seems like it spirals a couple more times.
Okay. So I'm gonna... What does the floor look like between, like, here and there, though?
It's just carved dwarven stone.
Okay, it's just normal stuff. All right, so I'm gonna
And was the
walk
brazier in the middle lit or unlit?
Unlit.
unlit.
Okay, let's go light that. Let's go light that.
You light that, I'm gonna find out what this says.
Okay?
Yep.
As you light it, you notice that all of the opals in the various draconic, like, representations on the walls start to glow with a dim blue light.
Oh boy.
And there
Oh, boy.
appears to be, like, almost a faint, like, haze, like, in the air, caused by, just kind of the cave air. And you can see they emanate light, and there's almost lines connecting them along the mosaic and inscriptions and the destruction that you can see carved into this cylinder room. And the inscription reads, "Faith is blind."
Faith is blind?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What did it say in the inscription in the other room? Have faith not to be snuffed, or what?
So it said, "You must have faith that you will not be snuffed, but not so eager to rush to the end." And this one says,
I think we
"Faith
should.
is blind."
I think we should put this fire out and then go down. I can see in the dark a little bit. I'll lead you. I really think we should put this
We
fire
can
out.
both see in the dark, right?
Yeah.
I have night dark
Yeah.
vision. Okay. We should put the
All
fire
right, I think we should
out.
put the fire out.
Okay.
I'm gonna take my water skin out and pour some of the spring water on it.
You pour it on, and you imagine that it would have no effect like it did in the other room. However, you find that whatever water you had gathered into your water skin had lost all its magical property because it just douses the brazier.
So it's completely pitch black in this room.
Well, both of you can see pretty well.
15 feet.
Yep, and you still have the torch on you as well.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess we're going down then.
Let's go
There's nowhere
down.
else. There's nowhere else to go.
And when we shut that brazier off, the opal stopped glowing, right?
Yeah, the opal stopped glowing.
They're
Okay,
like little
yeah.
constellations.
They seem to have like a reflective property towards the blue light of the torch.
Okay. So it was reflection.
Yeah. It seemed more that they
Okay.
weren't glowing, they just looked really pretty with the blue light.
Shiny. Gotcha. Well, let's go on then.
Are you doing anything
And
with
I'm
the blue
gonna
torch?
only go down.
My klepto in me
Oh.
wants to pry everyone out of the wall, but no. It's
I'm
not
gonna-
character.
I'm
Those are
gonna-
50 feet up.
I'm gonna leave it on the ground by the brazier.
Okay, you leave it on the ground, and you start to walk down
Lord.
the stairs.
Yeah, board and sword ready to go.
Okay, you walk.
Who's going first?
Yeah, give me
I
a
was
marching
going
order
first.
here.
You're going
You're
first?
I'm going first.
Okay.
All right.
I'm like
go.
2 steps behind. If
Okay, you walk
that.
down the first 5 or so steps, and you walk and you keep going, and I'm gonna need both of you to make wisdom saving throws. Wait, 1 second. Let me make sure.
I have dice.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh no. Okay. Now, if I'm not proficient, I don't add my modifier, right?
Yeah, if you're not proficient, it's no, you do.
no,
Like,
no,
so
you add your
still have the
modifier,
con
but
mod,
like
but not
yeah.
the +2. So you have a
Okay,
plus
I got
3.
18.
Okay, so yeah, so okay. What'd you get, Haley?
6.
6. Okay. Ivok, you feel something grasping at your mind, and you feel your vision starting to blur and start to cloud. But you shake it off. The magic doesn't invade you. Nynx, you're walking down. You can see the grayed out shape as you also have dark vision. You see details, but no color. Of Ivok in front of you, and then it creeps into your mind, and then all of a sudden your eyes are completely blacked out. You can't see anything. Everything's blind to you.
Holy fuck.
You are currently blinded.
Okay, so I'm gonna stop immediately.
Okay.
And oh gosh, I'm holding everything, of course. She's gonna stop immediately, and I'm kind of gonna like reach for the because when you're going down, can you reach both sides, or is this like a big?
It's like 4 feet, so you could probably like lean to either side, like and touch. You could probably, if you extended both your arms, you could probably touch both of your fingers to either
No,
side.
she's immediately gonna lean towards like one side of the wall, probably the outside,
Okay.
going down.
And I'm probably gonna notice this because you're
Yeah,
wearing
you-
full armor. I'm gonna turn around real quick and be like, "What's wrong?"
I can't see. There's nothing. It's just black. I don't.
And I'm gonna investigate. Like, oh shit. Well, can you? I can't. I'm gonna look at her eyeballs. Do I see anything? Just the full black eyes, or
Are your eyes still open?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, while blind, you can still
Let me check.
still blinking. Your eyes are completely covered in blackness.
like my eyes?
No,
Like
like
my
in the
eyes
sense
are-
of like a supernatural demon.
That's what my eyes look like.
That's what his eyes
Oh.
look like.
Then yes, it looks like that. But you would know that that's not what her eyes look like normally.
You want to tell me something? Your eyes look like mine.
And there's nothing to tell. I can't see anything. You're not there in front of me. It's just black. I'm not like you.
What do you want me to do? I can't heal you. Should we go back? Do we go on? Let me help you with that sword.
It's
Stop
just
waving.
magic. It's just magic. It's what it is. It'll fade maybe. I don't know. It's just part of this place. Just
So
keep
do we go
going.
back or keep going? Okay. All right, we're going.
But I'm gonna
And-
reach for like his shoulder.
Okay, yeah, you can find it. His shoulder's pretty there.
Yeah.
You can hold on to it.
Yep,
Um,
I will.
You just
I'll
have to
help it
lead.
out.
You lead and you go another 10, 15 steps down. I'm gonna,
I'm gonna cast light on her because it has a cantrip.
Yep. both
I'm
of
just
you.
gonna cast light
Boom.
onto her.
There's light
Who knows?
completely
Maybe like her.
surrounds you, and then you notice that you cast it, and it starts to shrink and crawl back, and it doesn't emit more than probably like a softball size amount of light.
So does it radiate at all, or is it just kind of like a sphere of light that?
Yeah, like you could see very well in that little softball size, like what like detail and color, But otherwise, the outside that softball, it's just your normal dark vision.
It's like holding a glowing softball, what I'm assuming.
Yeah, but it doesn't emit any light. It only
Okay.
illuminates that little softball.
Oh,
It seems
okay.
like it's very weak
Maybe
right now.
maybe I should go get that torch.
I don't know if the torch is going to do anything.
Well, you just sit tight, and I'll go get it. It's just up the stairs. I'm gonna go get the torch.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just holding on to a wall now.
You just got your arm against the wall. You go up, you grab the torch, and you start to walk down, and you walk about 5-10 steps, and at the exact same point, I'm going to need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
I'd love to know what your plan is.
I got an 11.
Your vision goes completely black. You cannot see anymore.
I got two blind people stumbling up and down the stairs. Great.
I'm gonna yell down. It happened to me too.
The torch didn't work.
Did it happen at the same place?
The exact same place that you felt the magic before.
Okay, so I would know that it happened to him now. It's the step. It's on the step.
Now I'm gonna step just above. I'm gonna go up the stairs just a little bit.
Okay, you walk up the stairs, but if you return to the very top, the magic clears away and you can see.
It's on the step.
Nix, get up here. I can see again.
Oh, I'm gonna turn around then.
Okay, you meander your way. By the way, detect magic has faded by now.
Oh shit! Wait, wouldn't I have known that the thing was there?
It gave off like the runic inscription gave a faint glow, but that was it.
Oh.
The step was around like the bend.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back upstairs.
You go back up and you
And I'm
gain your sight.
gonna remember the stairs. All right, let's step over this one,
Okay.
and I'm gonna jump like 2 stairs down.
Okay, you jump 2 stairs down, and
I'm right behind him.
do you jump as well? Both
Yeah,
make,
we're going-
so
Oh no!
make a athletics check, Nynx, because you're in plate armor, jumping like 2 feet, like 2.5 feet
She's
down.
strong.
Like,
She's.
athletics check, not
I mean, I'm
difficult.
kind of like,
You told me I had 18 feet.
You can jump, but this is more about not like
Killing myself on the
not,
way down.
not
This is like-
tumbling down the rest of the
like
stairs.
That's hilarious. Okay. Athletics check.
Yeah, an athletics check. Not
A
difficult.
19 plus 6, 25.
You're perfectly safe. Had you rolled below a
You have
10,
plus-
you would have full on just.
Stop. That would have been great.
Okay, so you
and you're blind.
have avoided this one. Now, do you just continue walking down the stairs?
You avoided this one.
Yes.
Nick, you could go first.
Oh, so I'm now the battering ram.
You're in full plate. I'm hearing just this pound on my chest. Studded leather here.
Fine.
And I don't want you falling into me. That would really hurt.
Fine. And at that point, I'm just going to, like, oh god. So I can't see anything on the, like, could you tell the difference between that step?
Stair look
And the
completely
others?
similar to the other ones.
Oh shit. Alright, then we're just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna take it slow.
Okay, take it slow.
So let's just take every other step, and then we have a 50% chance of hitting any others. How's that?
What logic is that?
Good logic.
All right. You continue going.
I'm
do you
taking
go down
every other step.
stair. You go. Do you go every other stair?
I'm not going
I'm
every
going
other
every other
stair.
Okay. So
I'm not
you-
making an athletics check every time.
Okay, so about 10 steps down.
Stairs, you can just step.
Yeah. Oh, it was just because you wanted to clear a couple of them. That's why I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
On that one, but yeah, going every other step, it's a little difficult, but it's not impossible.
I'm 6'4". I got long legs.
Yeah, exactly. It's awkward, but not impossible. Okay, so about 10 steps down, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw, Haley. However,
What?
Reed, you step over the step.
Yes.
Fuck all of you. Alright. So
good
Constitution
logic.
saving throw?
Mhm.
Oh, please, Lord. Oh, sorry. Where's my Constitution? 19. Oh no,
19?
I take that back for it. 17.
17. The magic, you feel it start to creep along your vision. It starts to darken. And you just kind of you close your eyes, and you open them again, and it doesn't appear that the magic affected you.
Oh, thank goodness.
And then you continue down another 10, 15 steps, but no other occurrences happen. And you get to the bottom of this spiral staircase, which leads into a hallway, and you see at the end, with your dark vision, another square room with a few things in it, but you can't tell from here.
Don't really.
The
Any
solution to that
vague
puzzle was to
shapes?
close
Are
your
they
eyes.
large, small?
Oh,
Hello?
there are.
That's you.
There's 4 shapes in there that are kind of squarish.
Kind of square. Okay.
And you look at the torch that you brought. While you brought it down, it was completely dimmed and gave off probably like I said, a little smaller than the softball this time amount of light. But once you exited the steps, it lights back up to full brightness.
Cool.
Boom! I knew we should have brought this. Yeah.
At this point, I can't sense anything. Sword and shield back at the ready.
Okay, you guys proceed down the hallway.
I'm gonna go first.
Okay, you lead. As you go down.
How much does the lantern weigh again? This torch?
Probably like a baseball bat, a little bit heavier baseball bat. Oh, like better
Okay,
yet,
then
a
I
crowbar.
don't need 2
crowbar.
hands then. Okay, then I can definitely carry it one-handed.
Oh yeah. You could easily carry it one-handed.
Cool.
It's like a crowbar.
Then my sword is still out, yeah.
You walk down this hallway, and on either side, it's got a like a circular roof, so like it kind of goes from one side and curves over to the other.
Okay.
And along the entire way is the creation myth of the world done in mosaics. It explains
Holy
how
shit.
the world was broken up into 3 parts by the 3 major divines: Bahamut, the Raven Queen, and Kord. They broke the land up. All of the stars in the sky went to Bahamut. All of the darkness and the shadows went to the Raven Queen, and Kord became master of all living things and the force that guides them. And then it explains further how Bahamut's children and Kord's children, the Raven Queen's daughters, formed the world, formed man, formed the entirety of the world. And it leads all the way in and basically builds the entire creation myth. Is there anything specific that you guys would want to know about that currently, or are you guys cool with that vague description?
No, that's pretty good for me.
Okay.
I'm good with that. I don't think if there's anything.
All right, and this hallway then leads into a almost intricately and more dwarven than the rest of the temple what you've seen so far. Less mosaics and more angular shapes. You see a square room, and in the square room, on the floor, spread apart into each little quadrant, there are 4 chests. And then at the center, they're engraved in the ground, is a probably about like 6 foot gold-plated gold plate in the center of the room. And all along the walls, there's intricate columns and stonework done, but most of I said it's more dwarven this. There's less mosaics and pretty stuff.
Oh, I like the pretty stuff. Okay, so there's 4 chests.
4 chests.
Is there anything to light up?
There
Torches,
is
braziers.
there are braziers in each of the corners of the room built in.
Okay. Everything's dark, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but you guys can see. Dark vision
Okay.
allows you to see shapes but no color.
Okay. Why don't you
Light the rest of
up light the rest of them
All right.
before we touch
I'm
anything?
going to.
Okay.
I'm gonna go light the left brazier as we walk in.
Okay, you light the left brazier, and it lights up perfectly normal. Provides normal light. It is blue, though, like the other one. This one, like I said before, like a brazier, it provides warmth. This one's actual fire, but blue.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go light the one on the right.
Okay, you light that one, and it lights up perfectly fine. And then you light
now the
the
chests
far
are
right.
in between us.
So
Yeah, I'm just
assuming you
walk
walk
around.
around the room, and as you do,
Yeah.
you actually find this time carved in the wall directly across from the hallway. Basically, if you kept walking the hallway and then hit the wall, there is dwarven.
On the opposite
Yeah,
end. Okay.
it's carved in is the dwarvish. You cannot read it, but you find it.
Hey, Nix, come read this. I can't tell what it says.
I'm gonna walk around the outside of the room,
Okay?
to get
yeah,
over
so
there.
you don't go on the gold plate or anything. You just walk around the
Yeah,
outside.
no.
Okay.
Yes.
Uh,
I'm gonna
you-
read whatever's on that
You find
Door? Is it a door?
no, no door. It's just a wall.
Okay.
It's carved into the intricacies of the like the dwarven stonework.
All right, it's just stonework. So I'm gonna read that.
Okay, it says the keys to the world were divided and separated.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Oh. The keys to the world were divided and separated. That's what it says. Nothing more.
Thank you. Does that give me any memory jog of the world creation myth?
No, but what's your intelligence modifier?
0.
0. They sound similar.
Huh. Kind of sounds like when the 3 parts of the world were divided up.
4. There are 4 chests.
There's 4
But
chests.
there's
with
only 3
parts.
divides.
So, what's in the chest? I don't want to touch it.
And so the floor. Can you describe the gold plating one more time,
So
please?
the gold plate looks like it is essentially just a you look at the floor. The gold plate is a direct center of this square room. It's about 6 feet across, and it has basically a really intricate drawing of what you imagine is the representation of the world. It's very intricate in the
Okay.
ways it kind of has the 3 parts broken apart. However, the 4
And-
chests lie outside of the gold gold thing. They're not actually touching them at all. They're just set and equidistant in the square room. And if you
Okay,
look at the ceiling,
in that
there's
case-
a mirrored gold plate on the top.
Okay, in that case, then I'm gonna go look at the chests with just my eyes, real close, as long as I'm
Just
not
my
on the
eyes.
gold plate.
Yeah, you know.
It's like
gold
a
plating.
kid in the candy store. Touch with just
Touch
yeah.
with
Touching
your
your
eye.
eyes.
Classic. You go and make a perception check. Let's see.
Okay, I actually think I am. I'm proficient in perception.
Yeah, somebody is.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. I played a D&D
I
campaign.
also have a +4 wisdom modifier, so
Oh,
this
right.
could be
Holy
really good.
shit.
So it's +6.
Oh, except I rolled a 2.
So 8. There are wooden chests. They're well made. They're unlocked.
Good.
Unlocked.
How do I know that?
You can see that they're held closed by what would be a padlock, and there is none. There's no padlock there.
Okay.
Okay. Are there any loose pebbles or anything loose in this room at all,
Surprisingly,
or is it like sweat?
no. The room is nearly spotless clean.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm going to dig through my component pouch.
Okay.
And grab a tiny little pebble.
Okay.
And I'm gonna toss it onto the gold disc.
Ding,
I
ding,
think it's a
ding.
pressure plate.
Nothing happens.
You wanna check for magic, or should I just bang into these chests one after another?
Please don't. If we've
Let me see
both
this.
gone blind already in one sitting, I don't think this is going to be a good idea. I'm gonna use detect magic for a second time. Just wipe out all my spells for the day, you know?
All right. You look into the all the chests, and you see that each of them has a runic inscription on them. That
A what?
glows. A runic
Sorry.
inscription that glows.
Okay. Can I read that?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and
Okay.
the actual gold plate itself does not appear to have any. It has little bits of magic on it. That
Okay.
is, you would know the school too. You would know that it would be transmutation, or yeah, I think transmutation or abjuration. Not
Okay.
dangerous. Not the dangerous ones.
Okay.
No evocation.
Yeah, there's no evocation. That's the important one. Yeah, and you go each to the things and read them.
Yeah.
One of them says
We're gonna walk around the plate though.
it's a pretty rough translation. You notice that all the other inscriptions were in pretty recent, quote Dwarvish. It was still pretty archaic, the Dwarvish that was being used. But this is even further, and so your translations come a little rougher.
Okay.
Ground, sky, river, and life.
Okay.
Hmm.
So there's runes in each of them?
Yeah, carved onto where the like just the metal part under where a padlock would go.
Okay. So they each have words to them. Sorry, you said it and I didn't write it down. Repeat it.
I did.
Ground.
Ground, sky, river, life.
Okay, so I'm gonna repeat that. Ground, sky, river, and life.
Thank you.
They
Let's
have to
open them.
No, don't touch anything.
Do you open them?
They are met.
Do you
Yeah, that's
stop
a
me?
you call.
She doesn't stop me. Then I'm gonna open the one.
Yeah,
that
no,
says-
I'm gonna like grab
open the one
like
that says-
his.
You could do it while she's on the other side of the room. Probably. You could be circling the room, so you could definitely open one.
Don't touch it.
No.
Don't
I
open
would
it.
have been right there. I would have been right there to hear the translations.
Yeah.
So she stops me.
They have magic to them. There's nothing about the plate though, right?
Actually, the only thing that is magical about them is the runic inscriptions.
So only the inscriptions are magical.
And the like
Dude,
tiny
fuck.
trace bits that like float around the chest, but it's more that you can tell that the chests are bound to some magic, but nothing like the chests
Dangerous.
themselves aren't magical.
Okay.
The fireball's not gonna pop open out of the chest.
We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. Like, I want to open the life chest.
You open the life chest, and there's nothing
Yep.
in it.
There's what?
Nothing in it.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the sky chest.
Empty.
And the other two.
Empty. All of them are empty.
Okay.
It's the runes.
Um,
It has to do with the creation.
Okay.
It doesn't
Get
matter
ready.
what-
Get ready to save me. I'm gonna
What?
step on the gold plate and
No.
try and grab my pebble.
You're gonna.
That's
try to
not
do what?
no.
I want to get my pebble off the middle of the gold plate.
You walk into the gold plate,
This is
and
like
as you do,
babysitting.
nothing happens.
Oh,
Okay, I pick up my pebble.
You do.
And I'm gonna go drop it into the ground chest.
You put it into the ground chest, and the chest
Yeah.
slams closed. The runic inscription glows now.
Okay, I'm gonna go take some water out of my useless water skin and put it into the river chest.
You do. You pour it in, and again it slams shut with a force, glowing.
I'm gonna take a dagger out of my belt and I'm gonna prick my finger and put some blood into the life chest.
Okay.
Oh.
You take 1 point of damage. This one doesn't close.
It's like a
I'm just fucking like a genuine like 1 dot. Nothing happens. Yeah, you don't lose a life.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
always
checking my
wondered-
blood sugar, not
checking
stabbing
your blood sugar.
myself.
Check my-
Nothing happens.
It's a life.
Nix, can you fit in there?
Can I fit in there? I'm not getting into that thing and having it slam shut.
It's a tiny chest, by the way. Like it is probably like your standard like trunk size. Like could not fit a person definitely.
Damn.
Life.
So we got ground, river. What would sky be? Just air? Light, maybe? I'm gonna take my. Oh wait, it dispelled.
It's cantrip. And you notice
Yeah, I
that
can just cast again.
so it casts again, but it's got to be cast onto
Cool.
something. So what do you cast it on?
I'm gonna cast it onto the chest,
You cast
the
it
sky
on
chest.
and nothing happens.
Well, shit. I'm gonna dispel it.
Yeah, it clears away.
Okay, so we've got sky
The ones
and
that aren't lit
life.
up are sky and life.
I'm gonna go get the torch,
Okay.
Put the torch in the
Grab torch.
life chest.
and I'm gonna drop the torch in the life chest real quick so it doesn't slap on my hand.
You drop it in, and the chest does not close.
I do not want to reach in there and get it out. How,
See, this is what you've done to your
forcefully did they,
players.
Like
how forcefully did they slam? Like,
they closed
am I in
once you
danger?
had stepped away.
Okay, then I'm gonna reach in and grab the torch, no problem, and go put it into the sky chest.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Clearly frustrated, I'm just gonna toss the torch disrespectfully over my shoulder.
Just-
Like, gosh.
Both of you can make history checks if you want to get a hint
Oh, I'm fucked on this.
for one of them.
Well, that's just a D20 for me.
Yep.
'cause,
That's a nat 20, boy!
Oh, that's good. Okay.
I got a 5.
So, in your study of watching the like in learning Dwarvish, and you like watch the text or like watch people explain Dwarvish to you, you find that they didn't really have a word or a good way of describing like the life force behind people. They described it as the forge within a person. The
Words
heat
within a
them.
person.
That's how they describe life in their texts when they write it.
What was it? Nat 20 roll, and I still have no idea.
I want to go back and look at the myth of creation.
Okay.
First, I want to look and see if there's anything in the description here that is maybe different than how I remember it, just from the traditional sense of the myth. See if there's anything more detailed or something. I'm like, oh, that's surprising.
You find that the mosaics on the wall look non-Dwarvish, but the room you were in was extremely Dwarvish. That was the only difference.
Okay.
And I guess with the Net 20, you would also know that that the dwarfs, while they believe in creation, the standard creation myth, they are much more homely, as they come from the underground most of the time, or in the mountains. To them, the world is broken into the four elements.
I'm still at a loss.
All right.
That's okay.
Returning to the
room.
chest. I want to get some hot flame somehow into the life chest, not just the cold flame off the torch. Nix, you got anything that burns?
Oh yes, because you need something that burns.
Well,
it's a
how am I going to get this brazier?
I have a tinder box, but I don't have anything to light up.
The tinderbox comes with
We got
flint and
brazier.
steel.
Can I just have a piece of tinder?
You also have flint and steel with the tinderbox, by the way. That would.
Okay, so we could just light a fire. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pull out the tinder box and kind of like really just hand it over to him, but not looking like I really want to.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a little piece of kindling, small tiny stuff that would come in a kit, and I'm gonna take it over to the corner brazier, light it quickly, and before it burns too much,
It burns red.
Walk back to the chest.
Like a reddish orange, like normal fire when you light it from the brazier.
Then I'm gonna drop it into the life chest.
As you do, closes.
Okay.
Nice.
One more to go.
Just sky. I'm gonna breathe. I'm gonna exhale into it.
The chest
Like-
closes. That was the solution.
Are you kidding me?
You lean over and go into the chest, and it closes tight.
It's okay.
I look over at Nix. I'm like,
I'm just shaking my head at this point.
The flame turns then into a tumultuous color of whites and colors, and all of the braziers go from being blue to almost a rainbow of color. And then the gold plate is lifted from the ground. It makes a creaking sound as a massive metal is pulled up, floating up. And then, so on the top of the plate was basically the description of the world, and it had very lifelike drawings, and it matched the top, which had Bahamut and the skies and stars on that gold plate, and then the bottom of the gold plate now that you can see it is the underworld depiction.
ooh.
And there is another spiral staircase, so this one's square and a little more jagged, going down in dwarven style.
And is it going down or up?
Down.
Yeah, because the plate lifted off the ground, basically it was magnet pulled to the top.
Okay, see, I thought it was like a pillar rising.
Nope.
Gotcha.
Just revealed
Then
the staircase.
I'm gonna look over at Nix and gesture. I'm like, yeah, you wanna go first this time? Or me?
I'll go first. But grab the torch.
Okay.
Good call. I'm gonna go down every other stair if it's reasonable.
You can. It's a little harder in this one, even more. This one's more like
Okay,
hop,
I might-
but not bad.
I might use the wall as support as I go down.
Yeah, this staircase is a little more squat. The other one you could extend your arms. This one you probably got enough to put your hands on either side comfortably, but you don't have room to extend. So if you have claustrophobia, This one's a little rough.
Oh.
And you go and you continue down. None of the steps seem to set anything off. However, as
Oh,
you're going
thank
down,
goodness.
you notice that the air smells a little wet and a little stale. And you kind of catch your foot on something and you pull and you look. And it's this silky substance.
It's a silky.
I'm
Is
gonna
it, like,
look a little
sticky?
closer.
It's a little sticky, yes.
Can I use
Like-
divine sense?
Sure, what are you trying to see?
No, it's you know what it does,
Yeah,
right?
actually, does it just do...
It's just in
any of them?
general. It's a spidey sense.
You don't get any of them, ironically.
Is it like a liquid or is it like a web?
Very much so. It resembles a web.
Well, spider webs burn like flash paper.
Don't
So-
light anything on fire.
There. Please?
No. No.
You're gonna regret this.
How about you give me
Okay.
the torch?
I don't mean to be that guy, but point out, your torch isn't actually fire.
Oh,
I don't
all
want to
Yeah,
right.
but
kill
tinderbox
his
is.
dreams.
But the
No,
tinderbox is.
I have
Very
the
true.
tinder
You
box.
give the tinderbox back.
No, I'm not lighting anything on fire.
I give her puppy dog eyes. And it's kind of hard to do with my solid black eyes, but I make the pouty lip, the
It
quiver
literally
lip.
looks like a demon is begging.
No, at this point, I'm just gonna like turn straight around and keep going. Like I'm not looking at him. I'm like,
Okay.
not
You
happening.
reach the bottom and you look and
Fine.
see that we've left the dwarven architecture once again, and this is a large room, probably about 150 feet long. You are directly in the center of it, 150 feet long and about like 80 or not 80, like 60 feet wide. So there are
This
long.
is where the random save point would come in.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
The autosave button popped up on your guys' screen, and you
I
see
clicked
that
no.
on the long side, it's basically if you drew a rectangle, but long side being the lay down side. That doesn't do any justice.
That didn't. What?
You are in the center of the room,
Okay.
a rectangle. I just sent you a picture of the fucking thing.
Yeah, we're in the middle of a rectangle.
Yeah.
Giant rectangle.
And there are
Okay.
6 pillars in the room, and then
Okay. In the middle.
on either
Like-
of the sides. That's what I'm sending you.
Okay, it's on the sides.
And there.
So we can see most of the room then at 60 foot.
Mm-hmm. Most of the room.
Okay.
However, either way, you can just barely not see past the columns.
Okay.
Okay.
I will say.
So the half circle is up. So we're facing the half circle.
Half circle is to the north, essentially. So I could describe it.
Okay.
So this half circle is a basin of water that is fed by 2 dragons' mouths that
Oh,
are
God.
pouring water down into this basin, in which there is a this basin drains itself, but also like fills itself, so it's not overflowing. There are cracks along the wall you can see on any of the sides, and all of the pillars are deeply covered in webs. And as you do, I'm going to need to roll initiative, because as you get to the bottom of the step and both of you walk out, one of you looks to the left, one of you looks to the right, and on either side, an arachnid figure, roughly the size of a man, crawls out.
Why is it
Big.
gotta be spiders? Why is it gotta be spiders?
Eyes, its manacles looking, it looks more afraid than anything. It looks afraid and at the same time hungry. It looks like the cracks in the walls are where it got in, but it grew so big it could not get out.
Ooh. And there's just one of them.
there's 2, one on either side.
Two. There's 2 of them.
Oh
Yep.
no.
There. Okay, and this is where we need to roll initiative.
Oh, please, God.
Battle music, please.
So I have a -1 dex modifier. Does that actually
That is minus
subtract
1
from my
yep.
initiative?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Because for armor class, it doesn't reduce my armor class
Oh, did you?
by
No.
1.
Oh, good to know. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So
I saw
I
that.
rolled a 17.
Okay. So 17 for Ivok.
4.
And is the 4 coated in webs?
The it's relatively sticky. It looks like it's not rough terrain if that's what you're asking. But it is.
Yeah.
It is pretty. Like webs are everywhere in this room.
There's webs that are everywhere.
Yep. And Nick. Neeks.
I know where this
We should've-
battle's going. I know where this battle's going.
Okay.
I set the lamp down on the ground, and I wield my sword two-handed, and I say to Nyx, "We should have burned it."
Or you should have used fire. As you're
You
saying
still
that,
can.
the spiders leap forward.
Oh, please!
Both of them
Okay.
scrambling towards you. They're both about 60 feet away, so they don't quite get into they don't get to do anything, but they rush up to you, both of them, with unnatural speed on this floor. One of them kind of crawls like along the ceiling, then drops down, and both of them are now on you, essentially, on the center of the pillar here. But neither have done anything. Ivak, it is your turn. What would you like to do? Both these spiders are just getting up onto you. Their rearing mandibles are latching, trying to essentially hiss at you. These things are massive.
How far away is he? Within
About 10
5
feet.
6 feet?
Yeah, like
10 feet.
like they will be in melee next turn. Like you could probably reach
Okay.
out and strike a leg, but they're massive creatures. So
Then I am going to look at the two of them, and I have to read my spell before I cast it. All right. Okay, so I'm going to look at both of the creatures, sticking one arm out to my left, one arm out to my right, and just growl at them, casting Bane.
Bane. Okay, they make what saves?
They must make a charisma saving throw,
They have a minus
And-
3 to charisma.
and my
The great
do you need my spell save DC.
I rolled a 12 and a 7, and they
Yeah.
so they fail.
I
they
thought
fail. They have a minus 3.
Okay, so when a target fails, whenever they make an attack roll or saving throw before the spell ends, they
it's a-
roll a d4 and subtract that.
That's
It's
right.
concentration.
I know.
Yep.
So yeah, keep in mind you have concentration
Cool.
right now.
Yep, I can't do any other spells. And then with that,
You watch. Do you want to describe your spell or shall I?
you describe it. I just growl at them.
So you watch as Ivak here extends both hands, looking at the other creature, gripping his fist, basically his hands into a fist, and you watch this crown of shadows go around the eyes, and this blackness swirling around their face, and the spiders try to shake it off, but this darkness is swirling around them, and you see that they're trying to, and they're not focused as much as they were on you as they're trying to shake this. Okay, and Neeks, it is your go.
Okay, so we're within like attacking.
Oh yeah, these things are
Range.
on you.
We're
They went first. So.
Why'd I have to use tech magic twice?
To be fair, you solved all the puzzles because of it.
That is true. All right, so we're gonna go in with the long sword.
Okay, you just shrink swords out, and you're like, sword and board time, baby. And go ahead
Yep,
and make
sword
your
and board.
attack roll. The one in front of you.
It didn't land flat. Oh, that landed
So
flat.
I'm assuming that you are on
Mother-
the right part of the thing, and then you are on the left. Just for my purposes,
Sounds good.
so the one on the right is the one in front of Neeks.
How about a 9?
A 9 to hit. Unfortunately, it does not hit. You swing wide at them, and they just kind of rear back. They're, like I said, they're not quite in range, so your long sword didn't have the range, but you put your shield up and you're ready. Top of the. Or is there anything else you want to do?
No, there's nothing else I can do.
Now it is the spiders go, and the one in front of you, Neeks, is pretty fucking mad at you. It's going to attack.
Great.
I rolled the nat 1 as minus the d4. It's a -1 to hit you. Does that hit?
No.
It does not hit, as it just kind of rears forward. And you just bonk, like you basically shield bash it in the face as it reaches towards you, trying to gnaw at you. Now the other one's gonna try to attack you, Ivak. It rolled a natural 18, minus 3
Yeah.
plus 3, I think. So it hits you. It does. Oh, I rolled max damage. It sucks. 11 points of piercing damage. And make a Constitution saving throw twice. First for as you feel this thing bite into you. As your hands outstretched, it bites, basically piercing through the entirety of your forearm. And you feel the venom coursing through you, starting to seep in. So make a Constitution save.
Okay, the first one rolls in at 22.
Okay, so you
Roll a
feel
19.
the poison
That's the other?
start to seep in, but it does not hurt you at all. Now this is a concentration check for the Bane.
I also am a battle mage, I have the feat War. I don't remember the name of the feat. Let me look it up. My feat gives me
Warcaster.
advantage on Warcast gives me concentration
How do you have a
check
feat?
advantage. Aren't you level 1?
You don't get a feat at level 1, do you?
That's what it says online.
When? Oh,
Shit.
is that for variant Azamar?
Poor Timo.
No.
Because in my experience, you could either pick a feat or get ability improvement at level 4.
4.
I read feats and it says you get a feat at 1-4. Let me just check real quick.
Really?
I gotta pull it up.
I mean, I believe you. I want to know now. D&D.
Damn, he's gonna be tanky as fuck eventually. He picks the right shit.
Well, that means you can also take it. I mean, everyone would get
I
one.
can actually take it. Oh my god!
Feat,
I know what I'm
blah,
taking.
talent, feats, At certain levels, your class gives you the ability improvement feature using the
So
optional
maybe it's just
feats
his
rule.
class.
Level 1 character. Maybe I don't know where I read it from.
I mean, he wouldn't have pulled it out of thin air.
Yeah, I will give you advantage on it for now, but afterwards we'll check on that. So go ahead.
You're squishy
Okay,
as
yeah,
fuck
we'll
right
check
now.
So this is for the concentration check. You would have advantage on it.
Okay, concentration check
You gotta beat a
is
10.
just. Is there any modifiers to that?
It's a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, then I won't lie about my roll. I got a 2,
Okay.
so it's +3.
Ooh.
But with advantage,
With advantage.
Oh,
because if you
that's
do
much
get a
better.
feat,
That's an 18.
18. Okay, then yeah, you maintain this spell. Like this spider pulls its fang out. You can see the blood ripping down, but you manage to keep the spell going. Evok, it's your turn.
All right, I am going to. So first, for the record, I should describe my weapon.
Okay.
The physical appearance, it kind of looks like a blackened cricket bat.
Yeah. With
And
razor
all
blades.
along the edges, there are obsidian shards built into the wood, and I believe it's an Aztec weapon. It's called I'm going to butcher this.
The cricket bat with razor blades.
Macahuahuatli? Yeah. So that's what my weapon looks like, and it's a versatile weapon. So I'll be swinging it with 2 hands upon the spider that just messed with me,
Alrighty. Go ahead.
and I'll make an attack roll. And it's +3. So I hit a 10.
So 10
So
plus
I'm
3.
probably going to hit it. No, it's 7 + 3. Total
7
of 10.
plus 3. 10 does not hit, unfortunately.
Okay, and then for my other action, I will be using one of my class abilities called Healing Hand
Healing hands
to
is an
simply
action.
gain. It's not
isn't.
actually Healing Hand. It's not the spell Healing Hand. It's the
No, I know it's the Azamar thing to heal your level.
as an action. Yep,
and
never
an
mind.
action attack. So
I thought it was
Ninx, it is your go.
Okay, we're gonna
I'm
swing
hurt.
at this guy again. Yeah, how's he looking? Like, if I look
Yeah,
over my
how do you
shoulder.
look?
I looked like I just had fangs pierced through my forearms.
The
and
entire
bleeding
like a fang go through his
profusely.
entire forearm. You could see the blood trailing down. He's just trying to maintain the Bane spell as he's now swung with his hand
Oh,
with his
shit.
unusual
Okay.
looking weapon as well.
There's nothing I can do just yet. So, I'm gonna take a swing at this thing.
Okay, take a swing.
We're gonna try again at this and see what happens. Okay. Please, Lord, an 11.
11 does not hit, unfortunately.
Flip the table.
As you again, you're more focused on keeping the shield up from evading the attacks. Unfortunately, we're back to the spiders go at this time. Okay, we're gonna roll for the spiders, and both of them have Bane. It'd be a 13 to hit you, Ninx, and a 9 to hit you.
That
Does
does
not
not
hit.
hit.
Neither of them hit. The spiders, they're just clambering on you at this point. The one that tries to get you, Ivok, is just clouded in this Bane shroud as it's trying to furiously claw at you. That saved you. And then, again, just the shield. Bonk, bonk. This thing's gonna, if it lives, have some bruises on its face. But we're back to the Ivok. Here you go.
All right. Instead of attacking this time, I am going to place a hand on my bleeding forearm and cast Cure Wounds.
Okay, fair enough. But that is a
How many
D8
spell
plus
slots do you
wisdom.
have?
I have
2, right?
I have one left
no,
after this.
Oh, it's 3, right? Because you're level 2.
Yep.
Okay, so that is your go.
So it is 1d8 plus my spell casting ability modifier, which is
Wisdom.
ridiculous.
Yeah, so it's plus
plus 6.
No, you don't get
But
proficiency.
No proficiency? Ooh,
No,
okay.
unfortunately. It's saying whatever thing you use. So for you, it's wisdom.
All right, 1d8 plus 4. I got 9 health back.
Boom, 9 health. All right, it's your turn.
Thank
Nice.
God. All right, we're gonna try 3 times the charm on this one.
You got this. The dice gods.
Please. 16.
16 hits.
Okay, now we're in this. 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. You slam this thing on its face as it looks at you with just this confusion of as you claw and you basically pull out 2 of the eyes on the right side of its face, and it hisses back at you. And with that, it's going to attempt to attack you.
Bring it on, motherfucker.
I rolled 2 12s for both of the attacks, so that one definitely doesn't hit you, Nynx. And let's see if it hits you. -1. But +2. So, unfortunately, Ivok, the spider, again, just comes in for you. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw. This time you only take 7 points of piercing.
Yay! I got 13 on my Constitution saving throw.
And that's enough. You don't take any of the poison damage. Again, you
Thank
resist it.
goodness.
Just shove it off. This time, bashing it in the face with your. I'm just gonna call it a cricket bat. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce it.
That's fine. I call it the bat.
Yeah, the bat. Okay, Avok, it's your go.
I have a question about the venom. Is it necrotic damage?
No, it's poison.
All right, then in that case, I will be two-handed attacking the spider that just attacked me.
Okay.
Once again,
Fuck it up.
rolling. God damn! I rolled a 4.
Neither of us can roll to save our lives.
You're
So
back to
I
back
throw
at
a
this
7,
point. No,
and that's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
I wasted it.
Level 2, unfortunately. Okay, it is your turn, Nynx. As you feel the back of Avok press up against you, as he's just trying to swing at this thing as it's biting him.
Holy shit. Alright. I'm still gonna be focused on the one in front of me, though. So
I do have to make a count.
Yes, you took damage. Yeah, you have
I
to
have to
make
do a concentration.
with advantage.
Yeah.
If
I got a 19.
yeah,
So
the
I'm gonna...
DC's 10 for that. So Bane stays up.
Alright, so we're gonna take another swing at the one in front of me.
Okay, fuck it up.
Please, God. 15.
15 hits.
Cool. Thank God. Mother.
Thank cord.
I know. Alright, 5 plus 4, 9.
9 points of damage. This thing is looking fucked up. It's still there, but you cleave out the right front leg as you just cut off the foot as it trembles to the ground and tries to scratch at you with the other one. And we're gonna go both of the attacks here. Natural 20 on you, Nynx, and then a 10 to hit you, Avok.
Nope, that's not gonna do it.
Not hit. Okay. However, natural 20 for the Nynx. Okay. Oh.
I'm gonna get decked.
That would be 8 plus 3. So 11 points of piercing damage.
Oh, wait.
And then make a Constitution saving throw as the poison you start to race. He finds the one weak part in the male as he just bites through and it penetrates.
22, boy!
22. You do not take any poison damage as you just shake it off. He bit your sword hand and you bash the hilt against the fang before the venom even gets through and you completely knock off one of the fangs. All right, and
nice.
We are at Ivok. Here you go.
I have a question about melee spell attacks.
Yes. They.
Do I have to cast the spell before or after I decide to swing? It's inflict wounds.
Inflict wounds.
Don't you have to touch it?
Melee spell. So do I cast the spell first and then swing my sword, or do I cast it as I connect? So my question is, if I miss the attack, do I waste the spell slot?
Yes, I'm pretty sure that's the way it works because it's a level 1. But let me make sure that I'm pretty sure that inflict wounds is just a touch spell on its own.
I copied and pasted. It's a melee spell attack against a creature.
Yeah. So you kind of cast from your sword.
Nope. That would just be a touch attack. I think I looked this up specifically today.
So how do
melee?
I think he has to touch it.
It's with your hand. Yeah. So you would basically have to reach out and touch the creature.
But that would be. I think the melee spell attack is with your sword. Did I look that up today?
It can be if it's your focus. It's kind of whatever flavor you want. But yeah, basically it's for you it would be a +6 to hit. It's wisdom plus proficiency.
Okay, I'm going to be casting Inflict Wounds.
Okay.
And I also looked up the rule for a feat. It is only for versatile humans, or if the DM gives players a feat. So no, I don't have that.
Okay, so you do not have advantage on that, but it's fine for now.
All right, then I will be attacking. So I roll a 17.
That hits. Go ahead. 3d10
And
necrotic.
Inflict Wounds is nasty.
It is. It's all or nothing, pretty much.
And I heal for a third of that health. I got
Yes.
22.
22 points.
Oh my god.
How do you want to do this to your spider?
I want to.
You heal 7, by the way.
I'm trying to think. So as my bat strikes into the face of this creature, the shadow erupts from it, and it just splits and crumples. You hear this nasty ass cracking as the carapace of the spider breaks, and some of the shadow flows into me, and I heal for 7 points of damage.
Yeah, you heal for it, and as you do, essentially the creature like withers away where you hit it, and the husk of the spider seems to age as you drain the life force from it. All right, and you hear this resounding screech from the spider, Nynx, as you see it crumbling around at your go. What are you doing? Yours is still in front of you.
We're gonna bring the sword back down into it.
Buck it up.
Oh, oh my god. He's gonna crawl under my desk at this point. It's a nat 1.
You go to swipe into it, and the screech from the other one, you kind of look over to see it, and as you do, you swipe and you connect with your sword. And then you realize that you connected with the ground as the full swing went through. Longsword, you pull it back up. All right, and the spider's gonna get one more go against you. Okay, 16 plus 3, so 19. But I get a -1 from Bane.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
So it does not hit. As the shadows, it's about to clasp down, and then it just pulls back as the Bane is screaming in its mind for it not to attack. It is your go, Avok. You watch as the spider reels away from your compatriot. What are you doing?
How are you doing? How is she looking? How's Nyx looking?
Tough.
Tough.
I'm doing okay. Not
Okay,
the
in that
greatest,
case-
but okay.
I'm going to look at I'm going to gesture towards the spider, give it a good old point, and I'm going to cast Toll the Dead and yell.
I love Toll the Dead.
Die.
It's a wisdom save, right? Natural 20.
Yes.
I'm
Bullshit.
Toll the Dead, unfortunately. Unfortunately.
Okay. Then
It looks at you, and it kind of just hisses in anger, and you're like, that didn't work.
like, and I add a qualifier seeing it doesn't work. I say,
Oh,
soon.
actually, it doesn't even matter. It's in at 20, it succeeds. Neeks,
Yeah.
your go.
Is this thing still? You said it just backed away?
It's like reeling back, but not trying to it like wants to escape. It's trying. Looks like it's about to run, pretty much.
Oh no, it's not running.
But its front right leg, you've completely cut off the lower vertebrae, so it's like trying to skirt back.
Okay, we're gonna swing again then.
Okay.
Please, go.
By the way, these things are as big as like a frostbite spider.
13.
That's what I'm going for. 13 hits.
Oh, thank God, that's
You
what
have a +4,
AC
so
is.
how do you want to do this? At 4 HP.
Yes! Well, if this thing's reeling back, I'm just gonna bring my sword straight down into it, like dead center.
You just kind of like, with both hands, like you kind of grab it with your shield hand as well, and slam it into the top, and twist it, as the spider lets out a low grumble, and then nothing.
Okay.
And we're out of initiative now.
The room went silent. We're fine. We're good. I'm gonna pull my sword out of that thing then and like wipe it off on.
Stop this.
I'm gonna imagine that I carry like a rag around or something.
Oh yeah, you have. I mean, you have a set of like common clothes that you've turned into rags at this point.
Yeah, I'm just
I'm gonna
using it to
kinda
wipe
just
the sword off.
I'm just gonna shake mine off a little bit because it's not
Ew.
very wipeable. And I'm like, ooh.
Your forearm's been healed through by the cure wounds, but it still looks like there's gonna be a scar there for a little while.
What just
Yep,
happened?
it's got that bright pink flesh. Oof.
The room is just barely lit from the torch that you dropped on the ground. And yeah, that's the only thing. And you see that on that pool, you can now look even further. There looks to be another mosaic, but it looks much different.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Everything's quiet. There's nothing.
There are braziers around on each of those 6 columns, like that
Okay.
can light the room if you wished.
So I'm gonna put my shield back on my back
Okay.
and pick up the torch.
Okay, you pick up the torch. The other thing you notice is that from the water pool that's just under the mosaic, it's more of like a
Hmm.
sculpted in thing. Mosaic's a bad description, but it sounds cooler. There is a light golden glow coming from it. Like just barely, like the water itself seems to have like a shimmer,
Okay.
like a golden shimmer.
And I'm gonna start walking towards like the water.
Okay?
Yeah, me
So we're
too. I'll be
getting
right on her tail.
the shadows warp around you as the firelight from your torch gathers on. You see before you a intricate sculpted mosaic in front of you that details what appears to be a dragon breaking free from all three, from the center of what looks the world divided into three. It looks as if it is a not a history written. It looks as if it's a warning carved into the stone of things to come. On either of the corners of the thing, there appears to be champions, soldiers clad with sword, armor, looking in on the world itself, and all of the faces are adorned with different gems of multiple colors, and looks very well articulated. And looking down into the pool, you see a slew of coins and change, and there appear to be a few pieces of jewelry, but the most important thing is the glowing piece in the center of the pile resting on top, which appears to look like the water itself is kind of moving a little as it's fed from two of the dragon mouths that are attached to this dragon coming out of the center that leak in the water. And the golden piece looks to be a fractured third of something. It looks to be made out of gold, but you can't quite tell if there's a function behind this thing. It just looks to be a third of a circle almost.
Okay.
Would my
Detect magic.
yeah still be going?
Make 2 concentration checks. Wait, you took damage once?
Yeah.
Make a concentration check.
What's the
DC's 10.
what's the
Oh, it's a constitution
Oh.
saving throw.
Okay, well it's 17.
Yeah, you succeed. Your detect magic's still up. That thing definitely has some magic. The mosaic itself has magic. And then you see one piece of jewelry has the faintest bit of, not transmutation. It would be, I think, abjuration magic.
There's nothing about the water though.
The water itself does not have any magic. It seems the glow is coming from that third of a circle.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not abjuration. The ring itself has non-dangerous magic about it. that's how I'll describe it.
Okay, so there's the ring, and then there's the piece, and
Ring,
then
the piece, and then there's miscellaneous gold, silver, some copper, and then like 2 other pieces
How
of
deep
gold
is-
jewelry.
How deep is the pool?
Probably about like a wishing well's depth. Looks very similar
Oh.
in purpose, but not
Okay.
not like a wishing well. It looks more like a prayer prayer like receptacle, like you put offerings into it. And the room itself, upon like inspection of the mosaic, appears more divine and focused. This very much so resembles like a temple.
Okay. So I'm gonna
Well,
look at him.
I'm
We're
gonna-
not gonna touch anything.
As I touch the water.
You touch the water, and both of you fall to your knees, and visions cross your mind. You can feel the warmth of the weather of the last few weeks coming into this coldness, the storm. You see it all again. Everything comes before you. That night at your village comes before you as you can hear screams again. You can hear anger. You feel anguish. You feel scared. You feel terrified, but then calmness comes to both of you as you're both experiencing this, and you see before you a cherry tree, massive, with giant red leaves on it, swaying in the storm, holding up. And then you see again a closer vision of a stained glass, deep blue, and then you come back to reality. And that comes to mind as both of you have heard of it. The cherry tree and a blue stained glass. The blue stained glass belongs to the Somerset Inn, which is in between the pass on the northern section, just where the mountain breaks along the river. There's a small town there that does not have a name, but has one inn and a few small places, and it is the Somerset Inn.
Look, I'm actually writing stuff down.
Yeah.
Me too.
Both of you have known about this, and you clearly look at each other. You both just had a vision.
We both know.
Both
Like,
know
it's
what?
I'm gonna touch the water again.
You let go from touching the water, and you reach back in, and there's nothing. Although your hand seems to be pulled and dragged unnaturally, not against your will. Like, you could resist it if you wanted to, but it seems to be pulling towards the third of a circle of metal. It seems you made out of.
I'm gonna reach out and grab his wrist.
Yeah.
Again,
I'm just gonna pull away. I don't.
Yeah.
I resist. I'm gonna pull my hand out of the water.
You pull your hand out of the water. It didn't seem wrong in a way. It didn't feel like you were against your will. It seemed like it was guiding you.
So that it is heavy. Okay, sorry.
I'm a little spooked by it. I'm like, that thing, and I kind of like take a step back.
Mm-hmm. However, one thing I note is that the visions gave you this scaredness. However, the moment the visions were gone, you felt calm again where you are. The water coming out of the dragon's mouth, and this scenario right here felt calm and right. It didn't feel.
Okay.
You didn't feel like there was harm meant to you by the water, or the actual magic there.
All right, I'm gonna stick my left forearm, what has that spider bite, into the water.
As you do, it seems to close the wound a little better. It seems to scar, but basically you heal 1 point, and it appears to almost be warm and almost friendly. If you could feel that, you feel right.
Awesome. I'm gonna fill my water skin from the dragon spout.
Okay.
Stop drinking all the water.
It's magical. And heal me. And I stick out my
Not
arm.
everything that's warm and friendly is your friend.
And I'm okay with, okay with reaching my hand back in for that third of a disc.
Okay.
And at that point, I'm gonna grab his wrist.
Okay, you grab his wrist.
What happened? We're not going to defile this. Why are you here?
It wants me to take it.
What's it? You don't even know what it is.
Touch the water. You'll feel it too. Just touch it. Just the water.
Why are you here, E? Truly. Some vision? Some crazy vision?
Just like the one we just had. And I know you had it too. I know.
No, it wasn't, we didn't share anything right there.
You didn't just have a vision.
No.
Can I make a...
You don't have to make an insight check. You're aware she's lying.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm gonna splash some water on her.
Okay, you splash some water on her. As you do, you watch her eyes light up for a second, like glow for a second, and in your mind, Neeks, you hear a thunder, like a storm crawling on, and goodness, you can see him smiling, like he knows that Evok is right. You just see her kind of go wide-eyed for a moment, and then like almost a relaxed expression come across as, yeah.
And how big is the third of the disc? If it were to be completed,
if the whole disc were
what
completed,
would the circle size be?
like the size of like a frisbee, but like a little thicker. So
Okay,
like
then
2 inches, like 2 inches thick.
I'm gonna
and frisbee size.
Redouble my effort against her grip
Do you?
and try and grab it again.
I'm just gonna let go. She's just gonna let go and
You
stand.
grab the disc.
Yep, I grabbed the
and
disc.
Nothing appears to happen other than you hold it and pull out of the water. Everything's fine. It seems that the water itself was the only thing warning you, and you actually look at the detect magic, and it kind of is fading a little. It seems that was the only thing kind of attached, and it was more divine than anything. The actual magic seems to be fading from the pool.
If I look real close at the disc, or the third of the disc, what does it look like, and how is it broken? Is it like cut, or is it jaggedly broken and chipped?
It looks almost surgically taken apart along the third and cut. But it's relatively jagged. It looks as if a very, very hot knife carved through the third.
Okay.
And some of the gold along the side is almost melted and peeled back. From what you can see, though, it looks like the third of the world. That was the
From the
core
previous,
section,
like,
the creation. Yeah. So if the world was broken into 3 parts, you have the living things part. When it shows a visage of lightning striking a tree.
Ooh. I'm going to put it into my backpack.
Okay. Put it in your backpack.
I'm going to write that down.
Going along with the detect magic, you notice once he pulls that out of the water, the entire pool does not appear magic whatsoever anymore, except for the one ring. Which I will stress again, does not have any bad connotations upon it.
I'm going to turn to walk away.
I'm gonna leave everything where it is.
Really?
I'm not taking anything.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You guys turn away.
Mm-hmm.
And I will, if we are just walking out of this place, for one, I want to burn the spider webs on my way out.
Oh.
Okay. Do you ask for the tinderbox again?
You're stuck in the
Can I please have the tinderbox?
No.
Okay, then in that case, I'm going to go up to the stairs, and I'm going to light a piece of cloth on fire
Yeah.
from my knapsack, walk back down the stairs, and just toss it onto the spider webs, and that should get the room going.
Yeah. It goes up in
You
flames.
just defiled something that's
It actually,
years of history.
It looks.
And I look at her and I say, I cleaned
as you,
up the place.
as you are doing that, the room itself, all of these sconces light up. And the room, you can see that the mosaic in front shows this dragon coming out of the world. And then on all of the walls around, there's a more in-depth description of what you can only guess as the destruction myth of the world. And out of the water, boonk, pops the ring.
The magic one?
Yep, it hops out of the pool of water. And just
Did it like
it sits
top on the
edge
floor?
it sits on the edge of the basin, and is sitting flat. And then it starts to try. You see it wiggling.
I'm gonna go get it.
Okay.
That's really weird. I'm gonna go get it.
You pick it up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna snatch it real quick
Okay, you grab it.
before.
You
before
see, it's almost wriggling in your hand, and then it tries to wiggle, and it tries to get itself onto your ring finger. Not maliciously. It seems. I can't describe this.
just drawn to it.
Yeah,
Kind of
it
like.
seems drawn to being put
yeah.
onto your finger.
All right, I'll put it on my
Don't
ring
do
finger.
it.
Okay, you
Don't.
put it on your ring finger.
Don't.
Doesn't feel like any magic or
Am I
anything
invisible?
bad.
You just
It
take
feels-
everything strange in this place, don't you?
It feels like if you could sense it in any way, the ring seemed happy to be on a ring finger.
I'm just gonna try and take it off real quick, just see if I can.
You take it off, it comes off perfectly fine, but it seems drawn back to your finger. And I will give you a little hint. If you throw the ring, it comes rolling back to your feet and tries to get back on your finger.
Oh, I played that. I want to put it on my finger.
Okay, it comes back and it rests perfectly fine. You have essentially acquired
All right.
there's not a name for it. It's just a ring that returns.
Ring of returning.
Ring of return.
Yep. All it does is it
It's
just
honestly
rolls back.
great.
Cool.
Yeah. It
and with
appears
that,
lightly
I-
sentient, very, very lightly, not intelligent in any way, just like very barely aware.
And I'm gonna give it a good old spin and say, "Hello there."
And it seems happy. It hasn't seen a person in a while. And
Cool.
yeah,
And then if we're leaving this place, I want to take all of the ever burning torches with me.
okay. You
What
grab
you
all.
got?
It's a decent amount of torches along the way. They're probably the ones on the bottom layer do not come off their sconces. The only
One
ones
time.
Yeah, you would get 4.
I probably would have only got the original 4 in the main room, and the one that we brought with, I probably would have at least tried to carry 2, because if they're only crowbars, I would take all 4.
Okay. You take them as you're leaving. You notice that none of the traps and the blindness does not affect you in any way. You completely leave the room. You walk out into the daylight again. It is now about midday, probably about 2 p.m. And you see in the sky there's a tumultuous clouds, dark gray storm clouds, and you can hear light bits of thunder far off. And lightning strikes once, and you see the bolt point down. Strikes again, and then you see in front of you on this. It's a rocky hill that kind of goes down into a dense, half deciduous, half coniferous forest. And on this hill perks itself a raven that caws at you, Ivok. Caws once, caws twice, caws 3 times, and then flies off. And you can see that it flies in the direction of the storm clouds and the lightning.
Does the lightning bolt appear to be at the direction of the Somerset Inn?
If you had to guess, it does appear to be in that direction.
Oh boy.
And I look over at the torches. Are they still burning?
Nope. They are turned out. They are metal husks now. They are just iron.
All right. I just toss them back into the cave mouth.
You toss them back in the cave mouth, they light back up.
It's glorious. It's glorious.
All right, I leave them there. I scoff at them.
You're like,
and,
ah.
Dang it.
I like that.
And
All right. And then you guys see you both see what you see in front of you.
And then I turn to Nyx and I'm like, now it's your turn for some questions. Why are you here? It's not just me answering these.
I told you I would tell you eventually. Now is not the time either. I never said when. I just said I would.
And I'll take that as a win, because she said it doesn't concern me the first time.
You're like,
So that's progress. That's progress.
I'm also going to take that as you both accepting that you are a little bit bound to each other right now.
Yeah,
not willingly.
Yeah.
I'd like to eventually, like, if we're walking to, I'm gonna, walk towards the Somerset Inn because I had a vision and she's lying about having a vision, so that's where I'm heading to. And on the way, I probably would have conversed about what I've been doing in the last 5 years.
Okay.
And explained to her that I don't want her to use my birth name, but rather my given name, which is Tack the First.
Why second name?
After we split up 5 years ago, I got into a little trouble and got captured and forced into slavery. And with that, I pull up my sleeves and I show her shackle scars along my wrists. Pretty, 3 inches of scar tissue on both of my wrists. It's like,
shit.
Turn them over and flip them back down. Like 3 years. I
3
worked.
years. How'd you end up there?
In the mines? I questioned.
How did you end up as a slave? How is it the path that you walked along, that you chose to walk along? Was that the cause?
I gesture towards my hair and my eyes and I say, I'm apparently desirable.
You would know that non-humans are looked at to be slaves, especially in the mines, because they are usually seen as harder workers. And anyone that stands out from the norm is usually, and can be captured, usually fetches a high price.
And
Okay.
I am, even for our race, I look pretty weird, probably pretty uncommon to be a fallen. Or, yeah, that's about it. But learning my magic in the mines with the strange voice change that comes when I cast magic, I earned the name Tak the First in the dialect of the miners. It means of the spoken word. It's Tak.
Talk.
But they say it funny. So that's what people know me as, and my past just drags me down. I don't really go by Ivok anymore.
mean, you're hardly yourself anymore. So I suppose the name is fitting.
Still myself, I suppose, but
Have you looked in the mirror?
there's more. There's more of me.
There's less. And at that point, like, she's just gonna keep, like, walking.
Yeah, like stoically, like not talking. Like
Mm-hmm.
conversation's over.
And if that's, I would definitely catch up with like, and what have you done the last 5 years?
I've done nothing. I've traveled. That's it.
And where did you come by this magic and equipment?
People. I'm a
People.
traveling healer. You help them, they help you. It's just how it is.
The storm clouds that were in front of you let out a bit of rain as you're walking. Both of you kind of get a little, not soaked, but it's more of like a light drizzle and comes in paces with where there's not much underbrush. And the thunder and lightning continue.
So what is that thing that you have? The thing they took from the fountain. Was it a fountain pool?
Kind of. A little bit more.
Oh, and so I reach into my backpack and I pull out the golden disc. And I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I think it's good at least. I don't know. It's kind of like a keepsake, I guess.
I don't think it's a keepsake. I think you should have left it where it was.
You hear a resounding thunder. You feel anger at your words. You feel that what you said was not true.
And I kind of mockingly gesture towards the I guess the split, the melted edge. I'm like, well, it looks like it melts. We can always just sell it.
Could always just sell it. It's yours to sell. I don't want it.
And I'm like, okay. Slip it back into my backpack.
All right.
I'm not selling it.
You're not selling it.
Is there any other conversation you guys wish to have, or are you both heading towards Summer City? It's about a 2 days journey, maybe 3 days, from the Frostvale to the Somerset Inn.
Well, over the next few days, I'll probably pry lightly into her history a little bit.
Is there any tidbits that you would give up eventually? Just small details that maybe would slip through.
Well, she is a traveling healer. She goes from town to town. It's just how she
You get
is.
that's true from her. So.
I'm trying to think if there's anything that would slip.
You could tell that there's
You could tell that there's something like slightly off.
Yeah, that she
Like
definitely
there's
is
something
holding
like
something
that.
back, and there's definitely an emotional wall laid up.
Well, after what we went through, it's only natural. I can sympathize with that. You know, I've got my own wall too, but she's from the past, so if we ran into anybody, it would be pretty obvious that I'm not as receptive towards strangers.
And surprisingly,
And
you don't run into many people on the road while you're on your way.
wow.
Huh. Okay.
And I would also make it very clear that I'm just a caravan guard.
Just a caravan guard.
Just a caravan guard.
She would probably grill you too about how you even survived.
And
Like,
then I ask the question in character.
That's the question,
Yeah,
character.
do it. Let's.
All those years ago, how did you even make it through?
I didn't. And I keep walking.
I like
What is that supposed to mean?
it. You're like walking ahead, and just, what the fuck's that supposed to mean?
And I go, when you want to talk, I'll talk. And I kind of chuckle at my name reference.
A raven in the distance caws a few times. It sounds like it's laughing.
I said I'd tell you in due time, but I suggest you answer my question. How did you survive? Or rather not.
I told you, I didn't survive.
You're standing here. Part of
You're
you
just
standing
standing
here.
Oh, I mean, I'm here now. All of me, alive. And then I turn around and keep walking.
Oh my
You
god.
notice as these like stoically being silent, at this point, you've noticed how the storm's been going, but it lightens up a little. to reveal a flock of ravens circling in the sky. And you get a sense of that was
Storm.
enough to push for now.
The
That
ravens.
yeah.
The piece that you have depicting life. This
I think the piece I have is the tree getting struck by lightning, isn't it?
Correct.
is
On
it?
the gold?
Yes. It's part of the
So it's
creation.
about cord.
Yes.
The piece. This is something more, I think, than just something to pawn off.
I look back and I was never gonna sell it. I was just crying.
Prying. You can pry harder, but it's not going to work.
Same for you.
And to no avail, seems that you all kind of push each other, and you eventually make your way to the Somerset Inn, both of you, and you arrive into town and find that the cherry tree looks a little less lively, and that is where we will end our session 0.